Hi, Ron Fontaine from FireSteel.com here. Once in a great while, once in a blue moon, we get a customer who buys some fire steels from us, and they have difficulty using them. They say that they can't get a spark from the rod no matter how hard they try, that the rod must be a dud, and they'd like to return it. And I always try to give them instructions on how to properly scrape a fire steel rod in order to make a spark. It's actually very simple. All you do is you take your scraper, like in this case, I'm just going to use this knife, and scrape the rod in a quick, smooth fashion. And it'll produce sparks very easily. I mean, even children have been able to use them quite readily. We sell tens of thousands of these rods to tens of thousands of people. And they're all made in one giant batch, so you can't get a dud. It's like a glass of Kool-Aid. You pour it out from the pitcher and thinking that maybe one glass has more of the flavor than another glass. But since it's all mixed up, it just really can't be that way. If one rod sparks, they're all going to spark. And if one rod doesn't spark, all the other rods are going to be duds also. So anyways, Anthony from Phoenix, Arizona was having a lot of difficulties with the rods that he bought. He said no matter what he tried a variety of knives and cutting implements and blades. There's just no way he could get the rod to spark. I've seen this before. Probably, like, I would estimate 1 out of every 10,000 people that try these rods, they just can't get them to work. And usually I tell them, well, get someone else, a member of your family or a friend to show you how, because it really is quite simple. I think what may be happening is, as they scrape the rod, they're doing it in a jerky motion. Like some people, they just don't have the physical ability to smoothly and quickly scrape. They'll sort of like stutter, or I don't know why that is. Everybody's different. Everybody has different ergonomics, etc. But anyway, I promised that I would shoot this video of myself opening up the package that contains the rods he returned, and to use the actual rod he couldn't get to spark, and see how it works out. Now, as you can see, I haven't opened this package yet. It just came in the mail, and I'll open it right on camera. Right here, best I can. Okay, and here's the contents. I'll lay it out. Anthony put a note. I tried to mail the items back to you in the box. The PO said the box was too small. Well, I don't know, I ship out hundreds of these boxes a week, so, but that's the post office. Who knows, they work in mysterious ways. And Anthony's wrapped this up pretty good. Okay. He's wrapped it up very good. Okay, here's it's all stapled. I don't know if you can see that. All right. Wow. All right. More staples. All right. Alright, let's see. Oh yes, Anthony did mark it with some red paint or fingernail polish or something. And you can see where he tried to scrape the rod. I guess he says there's no sparks that came out of it. Okay. I'll get all this stuff out of the way. I think he mentioned he only scraped one of the items. But we'll give this one a try first. First up, I'll try the Leatherman Wave for a blade, for a scraper blade. And we'll see if it makes sparks. I don't know if you could see that. It's kind of hard because I'm trying to talk and do this next to the camera. But whoa, those are some pretty big sparks. Okay. One thing is, sometimes the outside of the rod will oxidize a little bit from moisture in the air, and it's sort of like rusting, and maybe you can't even really see it too clearly, but it can create a coating on the rod that requires a few scrapes to remove. So next up, I'll try that knife, just a dull K-bar knife that I use around the house, and we'll see if that works. Oh yes, look at that. See, now once we got past that oxidized layer, those are some really good sparks. Okay. Bear in mind, Anthony thought this was a dud, but it's more, it must have been user technique, which was why he couldn't get the sparks. Again, what you want to do is just a smooth, quick stroke while you're pressing down kind of hard, but like I said, even kids, even Boy Scouts can get sparks easily off from these rods. And in fact, what I'm going to go ahead and do is donate this rod to the Boy Scouts, because I can't really sell it as it is, but I will refund Anthony's entire purchase, because I think it's important that we support the Boy Scouts, so there's no loss involved. Everyone's happy. Anthony got his money back. I get to donate these to the Boy Scouts, and the Boy Scouts get to have them. It's good all around. So anyways, I'll try the FireSteel.com Super Scraper that we sell online. And these are pretty good too, because especially with the rods that have the lanyard holes, you can attach a piece of paracord to it and always have a really good scraper. So again, I'm going to put Anthony's rod down on a flat surface and try to scrape it with the Super Scraper. And I don't know if you can see those giant sparks, but they're robust. And you should be able to start a fire. In fact, I got this cotton ball that I mixed with some petroleum jelly. It's one of my favorite ways to get, even damp wood lit, after a rainstorm or whatever, because once these catch on fire, petroleum jelly cotton ball will burn for several minutes, and it's just a really good thing to keep in your survival kit. Alright, so let's see how difficult this is to light. There you go. Simple as can be. Now one of these rods, this is the 3/8 inch by 4 inch Armageddon, has enough material in it, I estimate, to make at least 12,000 fires. I don't know, I've never worn one out, and I use them pretty much every day outside to start the wood stove. So anyways, Anthony, the rod the rod you marked and tried to use isn't a dud. It's actually working very, very well. All I can say, it must have been your technique. Like maybe as you were trying to scrape it, you were jerky, you know, like well, see, even when I try not to make a spark, it makes a spark. It's just one of those mysteries of the universe. Why, like 1 in 10,000 people can't get a spark out of these? Because it's very, very easy for most of us. You know, it's just the mystery of the universe. It's just the way it is. You know, like some people have difficulty driving a car or using a computer mouse. I know a guy who just for the life of him, he can't use a computer mouse to click on a website link on his laptop. You know, for most of us, it seems like it's pretty easy, but there's just always going to be some outliers. So, anyways, that's it. I guess I've said enough. And just remember, fireSteel.com. These are legit fire steels. They're the best you can get. We put a lot of rare earths in them, and you know, unless you're that 1 in 10,000 people, they're gonna work for you, and they're gonna work for you very well. I'm Ron Fontaine from fireSteel.com, and thank you.